Hello, my name is Anne, your guide to when animals get even. If you like bloodthirsty animals getting back at humanity, then let me tell you, it is a good idea to like, comment, and subscribe. Today's zany animal may not look so intimidating, but is not to be underestimated at all. Zebras can be absolutely vicious. Male zebras have canine incisors in order to fight for dominance over their herd. It's really awkward for an herbivore to have canine incisors. Just for ripping meat, ripping chunks, all the things. At the Smithsonian's National Zoo, which is supposed to be, like a premier institution in America, we had collateral damage that came in the form of a... What are you doing? Do you want to come in here? Or are you just going to stay there? We had collateral damage that came in the form of a gazelle who frightened itself into the next life.
Young Dama gazelle nearby named Tony, seen in the zoo video, was apparently spooked by the attack and died when it ran into a barrier and broke its neck.
Yeah, he got so scared he ran into a wall in his barn enclosure, and that was that. I know, not fun. Poor thing.
New report tonight is shedding some light on what happened the day a zebra attacked a zookeeper at the National Zoo.
A veteran zookeeper got attacked by an 800-pound male zebra. This male zebra in particular was known to be extremely aggressive. The zoo director blamed a shortage of resources for potentially leading up to this event. And from my research, what I found was this 20-year veteran zookeeper. He normally worked with tigers and cheetahs. So he's a tiger and cheetah keeper, and for whatever reason, he's doing zebras? Animals he's not super acquainted with. He's not his normal route. And this guy was close to retirement, which makes it even worse, right? I mean, this guy has dedicated his life to the animals. He's been there forever. He's about to retire. And he gets sent to deal with animals that he doesn't normally deal with. He's a cheetah and tiger guy. And bad things happen. The keeper was quoted as saying that the first indication he got that something was wrong was when the zebra ripped his ear off.
The 26-year zookeeper forgot to properly close a gate, and the zebra came after him.
The first inkling I had of anything being wrong was he bit my ear off, and I think then the adrenaline kicked in and I knew I was in for the fight of my life. So we had a good fight.
Yeah, you heard that right. Ripped his ear off. Canine incisors. Horrifying. After that, the zebra proceeded to rip hunks of flesh. Horrifying phrase. So the doctor that treated him was also quoted as saying that it was worse than a dog attack. Like than any dog attack he'd ever seen. And I know that for most of us, we think of dog attacks as like the ultimate fear of an animal attack for ourselves personally, just because people have pet dogs and cats and sometimes they don't take care of them properly or they get out or whatever, right? But no, apparently if you get attacked by a zebra, that's worse. So yay. I would just like to say that a cat keeper working with zebras is not a risk anyone anticipates. Usually if you're a big cat keeper, your concern is the big cats. You're not thinking about, oh, do I need to be worried about the zebra? Because quite frankly, zookeepers get to know the particular animals they work with over time, right? And usually they have an interest in the animals they're working in, so they know a lot about them. So, example, me, I know a lot about mammals, I know a lot about reptiles. I don't know nearly that much about fish. I don't know that much about birds. So, you know, if I didn't get on the internet and I didn't know anything and I just went to Australia, I would not assume that a bird is going to take out my freaking eyeball. I would be like, birds are no big deal. Obviously, I've been on the internet. We don't need to talk about magpies right now. But suffice it to say, if you didn't know anything about birds, you wouldn't be worried about it, right? Right. So, now we have Ohio. We've got a man, he nearly lost his entire arm to a zebra. So that's not the kind of amputation I think anyone is really looking for.
Okay, is there anybody with you that's injured or just you?
It's just me right now.
Okay, where's the zebra at?
You're in the field with me. I got a flyer here.
Okay,
Send
is your
the
arm...
chopper.
Okay, we're starting a medic now. Listen, is your arm still attached?
You what?
Did he bite your arm? Did he...
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, is it still attached?
Huh.
Is it still attached, sir?
Tell him before it gets me again.
But it's okay that he nearly lost his arm, because they were able to save it. Not the pet zebra, though. They didn't save that. Which is extremely, extremely messed up, because here's the thing. We've already discussed zebras are territorial. So he attacks the owner. This is all according to the owner himself, who said he was burning brush in the herd's, oh shucks, pasture. Ha! In the herd's pasture, and he was facing away from them. So then 911 gets called.
The first deputy to arrive wrote in his report that when he rolled up, a zebra rammed his cruiser. He had to scare it away with a horn and siren so he could get out and help the victim, who initially thought he had lost an arm. Body camera footage shows deputies helping that man to safety. As they manage the scene, the zebra lingers and eventually comes toward everyone. We're not going to show you the moment when one of the deputies shoots and kills the animal.
The zebra came up and was showing aggression, and for the safety of the people on the scene, including some small children that were there, the deputy made the decision to put the animal down in order to protect others.
Which, there are so many other ways that this could have been handled. A part of me understands police officers are not trained in de-escalation of zebra aggression. We can all agree to that. That's not in the manual. But a part of me is still very angry that this animal lost its life due to human folly. So when human actions are what result in an animal's demise, Harambe, right? Like, enough said. Like, we get it. It's really irritating. Anyway, I couldn't find which of the 3 species of zebra it was. That's right, there's 3. I bet you didn't know that. Maybe you did. But there's 3 different kinds of zebra, and I couldn't find which species it was. Usually, all the news was just like, blanket term, zebra. And I couldn't tell from the pictures specifically which one it could be. They weren't the right angles for me to be able to see, first off, if the stripes came all the way across, or if there was just a white belly, which would have narrowed it down. Couldn't see that. Zebra breeding season is from January to March. When was the attack, Anne? I'm glad you asked. It was in March. How many times are we going to do this? How many times are we going to mess with animals during their breeding season and then be surprised that we get attacked? Society? Any thoughts? So, this owner claimed he'd never ever seen aggression in these animals before. He was very experienced with them. But if this man was so experienced, wouldn't he have known not to get in their pasture during the breeding season, facing away from them you're just like, you're doing all of the things you can possibly do to get attacked. Why? Another story just involves not approaching exotic animals on a private farm that's not open to the public because it could bite you, as seen in this just wonderful little video here.
It was supposed to be a fun Tuesday afternoon.
I've seen a lot of people go and pet the zebra and feed the animals and take pictures with them.
She said at first she pet the zebra and it nipped at her, so she stopped. Then she said she held her boyfriend's daughter to pose for a picture.
I probably left about a space about this big between me and the zebra. And I had gotten in position and I was smiling for the picture, and I just felt, can't really describe it, but almost like being just a huge impact on my back. And it latched onto me and it picked me up and slammed me down and picked me up and slammed me down and picked me up and slammed me down. And the only thing that I could think of was, this is how I'm going to die. I really thought that it was going to kill me.
Our lessons learned: respect animals. Don't get maimed by a zebra. It's that easy. If you liked this video and are interested in more bloodthirsty animal content, then hit that subscribe right now. I am here Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Oh, I did the German 3. I'm here Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Bye. So the doctor that treated him was also quoted as saying that it was worse than a dog attack, like than any dog attack he'd ever seen. And I know that for most of us, we think of dog attacks as like